Hi intros, welcome, Mr. Bonyu here. I'm gonna teach you how to convert a recipe. What does that mean? I'll get to that, okay? There's a few things we gotta talk about before we even get there though, okay? So if you look at this column here, numbered 1 to 4, at the top I've got metric system. That's really important that you understand. That's how we measure in the kitchen, okay? What does that mean? Liters, milliliters for liquids. For solid stuff, we're talking about grams and kilograms, okay? If I ask you how much you weigh, you're probably gonna tell me in pounds, okay? Pounds we don't use. Ounces we don't use. Pints we don't use, okay? It's all about the metric system, okay? And in the textbook, it's often gonna give you imperial, bad guys, metric, good guys, okay? So stick to the metric. Metric system. Check. Now there's 4 terms you need to know before you move further as well. First one is yield. We're going to define that. What does yield mean in the culinary context when you're talking about recipes? It means how much does the recipe make? How much does the recipe yield? Okay? If it's a soup, it might say 500 milliliters, 1 liter. The list goes on and on, okay? If you buy a bag of Doritos and it says 125 grams, that bag yields 125 grams, okay? New yield. That's important if you want to make more or less than your recipe says, okay? So new yield is how much I'm asking you to make in your assignments, or how much Mr. McCallum or Ms. Glavine is asking you to change the recipe to, okay? New yield. We're gonna write new amount because we don't have much room on the whiteboard here, okay? Old yield, the original amount from the textbook, okay? That's it. Whatever the textbook said originally, the old yield. The original amount, boom, done, okay? Conversion factor. That's the number you're going to need, the magical number, in order for you to change your recipe to the amount that you want to make, or that I'm asking you to make, or your instructor is asking you to make, okay? For now, we'll just leave it at that. Might not make a whole lot of sense at this point, but hopefully in a couple minutes it will. Okay, let's talk about a random recipe that I've selected out of the culinary textbook. Professional cooking, you might have access to that online, or you went to pick up a hard copy at the school, okay? If you go to page 192 in that textbook, you're going to find a recipe for beurre blanc, okay? What is that? It doesn't matter. It's a white butter sauce, often paired with seafood. Delicious. But we're not making it. We're just using it as an example to teach you about kitchen math. And by the way, kitchen math, I'm sure, is all of your favorite subjects, as it is mine. At the very top of the recipe, you're going to see the yield. What does the yield mean? Come on, guys, remember? It means how much, right? How much is the recipe going to yield? In this case, it yields 500 milliliters. Let's go down the list of ingredients. You need 250 milliliters of dry white wine, 50 milliliters white wine vinegar, and on and on and on. TT, to taste. How do you measure to taste? You don't, right? Every chef will decide on that amount. They taste with their tasting spoon, needs a little more, to taste. If you had to make perfectly 500 milliliters, you don't have to change a thing. Life is good, okay? But if it's not enough and you need to make more, this is where this stuff comes in, okay? You need a conversion factor to change the recipe to the amount you want to make. So, just for argument's sake, let's make our new yield, the new amount that we want to make, 800 milliliters. Let's go over here. Formula, okay? This is what you need to do. New yield divided by the old yield equals a conversion factor. So in this case, new yield is going to be 800 milliliters divided by 500 milliliters. Notice that both of these are in milliliters. So it's really easy. We don't need an extra step. We might next time though. We'll get back to that. 800 divided by 500 is going to equal this conversion factor. You crunch the numbers, it's going to give you 1.6. Now if it was 1.597764321, you're just going to round, okay, up or down. Round it to a nice even number like 1.6. So in this case, our conversion factor is 1.6 for the new amount of 800 milliliters, okay? You take so this is 1.6. Conversion factor 1.6, 1.6 is going to get multiplied by each and every ingredient now on our list. So 250 times 1.6 is 400 milliliters. Make sure you write down milliliters so we don't say 400 what? 400 milliliters, sir. Aye, aye. Okay? Next one, 1.6 times 50, which gives you 80. 1.6 times 30, which gives you 48. 48 what? Grams. And then the butter, 1.6 times 500 is going to give you 800 grams of butter. Okay? That's great. That's how you convert a recipe. Really, 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 really easy once you understand the concept. This is the key to success, the formula. Whether you're increasing the recipe or decreasing the recipe, this formula never changes. What am I meaning by formula? New yield divided by old yield gives you conversion factor. Conversion factor times every ingredient in the recipe. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Okay? That's it. That's all. Now, one more thing to keep in mind. I changed my mind. I don't want 800 milliliters. That's too easy. Now I want 2.5 liters. Okay? Just like the video with Mr. McCallum, there's an extra step now. We got to go from liters to milliliters, otherwise the conversion won't work. Why? Liters, milliliters. Does not work. So, I'm going to change this to milliliters. 2.5 times 1,000 gives you 2,500 milliliters. It's the same amount, but now we have milliliters in one spot and milliliters in another spot, so that's going to work a little better. So I go 2,500, just like that. 2,500 divided by 500 is going to give us 5. So our conversion factor is 5 now, and I want you guys to do that at home. Have fun, okay? Good luck. That's it. That's all I got for you. See you later, guys. Hope to see you soon.